Hi guys, and welcome to another video. Thanks for dropping in. Very excited today as I got this huge box with goodies. There was a note stuck on the top of the box and it was like Amstrad CPC, so I guess everything in here is about the Amstrad CPC. And let's see, this is the first tape I got. The Super Wonder Boy to Master Land by Activision, classic game. And it is indeed for the Amstrad CPC 464, as these are old tapes, and here are the Untouchables. Wow, boxed game by Ocean, and on the back I won't even try to pronounce this in French, but it is in French. So the Untouchables, another boxed game, and yet another classic, the Ghostbusters 2 by Activision, again, Amstrad cassette. That's great. I'm excited. But also I would like to point out some things as a channel update or something, having this opportunity to go through the goodies here. Just a joystick. I hope it is 9-pin, but it's old. It should be 9-pin. Still boxed. That's great. So I would like to thank you for all the messages, the emails and everything that I have, there is this idea that I should go more into this games review, which is something I really think it is something we can do from time to time. Yes. Another demand would be like get more console games, console stuff around consoles more often. That's another thing. And yet another demand would be like get more electronics, get more into circuits and motherboards and daughter boards and whatever comes with it, and do more repair stuff, modifications, and work more with your soldering gun, stuff like that. So pretty much everything has been said or written in the forms of suggestions or demands. But anyways, okay, here's the classic Amstrad manual, and one thing I have to admit now is I didn't have one of these. So great, I have it now. So back to the channel update. I really think that I should go over the games review more often. That's one thing for sure. The other thing is I want to announce a new playlist coming soon, which is going to be a dedicated playlist for the MSX machines, and I will go as deep as I can around the MSX phenomenon. And another playlist would be probably could be domestic appliances and how to fix stuff around your house, but from the wall mains, plugs, from the distribution panel to domestic appliances like your, I don't know, your kettle or your whatever. This is another idea, so I want to hear about this domestic appliances dedicated playlist, and soon we should have the new MSX computers playlist, dedicated playlist. And why would that be interesting? Because I guess MSX for me was a milestone into home computing, because they wanted to have for the first time ever created standards so that every machine can be compatible to one another. Machines can be actually for the first time be compatible no matter the logo or the trademark or the manufacturer. They should have standards like compatibility standards, ports, software, basic, ROM, and peripherals, connections. Of course, first of all, it was the tape cassette player that was compatible connector, and you could load and save games from one home micro to the other. Of course, you could attach printers. The same printer could be used and work like there is no difference if it was a Panasonic, a Toshiba, a Sony, or a Philips MSX machine back then. So it was something like a revolution. Of course, those machines have been far more expensive than the machines we grew up with, the British models like the ZX Spectrum, which were pretty cheap. Even the Amstrads were cheap, and considering the fact that you could have your monitor and your cassette player attached, or you could have your monitor containing your power supply, so you don't have to mess around with extra cables on your desk, and then you could have your floppy attached on the right side of the computer, which is great. It was great. Even then, at some point, those machines were cheaper than the MSX ones. Why? Because the MSX machines used to have different standards for the keyboard, for the overall quality of the machine. So anyways, to cut a long story short, this is something that we should have all the time, that we need to go over the MSX machines, due to the fact that I'm going to create this new playlist, as I said, dedicated for the MSX machines soon enough, and we should go from there. Now, about the games reviews, I don't know how this will be going, but I'm definitely going to dedicate some episodes for some classic games reviews, especially the old retro games and the very first releases, not the latest and the contemporary stuff. And I'm talking about classic Sega games and classic Atari games and classic PC games, but introduced for the first time during the 90s, that always had something special, something that really made them stand out, even if it was the 80s or the 90s. Doesn't matter if there were no 3D video like graphics back then. It doesn't matter. The thrill is what we get out of the game, and as far as we can step back in time, the thrill was sometimes better. Now, just by chance, check out this Batman box for the Amstrad. The Legend has returned back in '86 by Ocean. I know people still playing these games during weekend, and they are having fun, like me. And yet again, another box that I got here, RoboCop, for the Amstrad, again by Ocean. Is this a classic? Yeah, for some people it might be. Yeah, why not? Okay, this is getting really interesting. Let's go deeper into this box and see what else is in there. I'm so happy. I got all these tapes, no discs. It is made for, this whole box came from a CPC 464 owner, so it was made for 464 Amstrad attached with a cassette player attached on the side. So it's all about tapes, soccer, you name it, everything. Oh, Rambo 3. Ocean again. Another great title, another in great condition, by the way. All the plastic cases are almost intact. What else is there? Let's see. It is a big box, and it was a great donation. Barbarian 2. That's great. Amstrad cassette. Yeah, that's one of the classics. Yeah, this is a great donation. I forgot to mention that it was Paul. Paul, thank you very much for the box. Thank you very much for the donation. Greetings, Paul. And For some people, of course, doesn't mean anything, but you know the how it is. My collection grows bigger, and you probably are doing the same thing over the years, and most of you will have even better and bigger collection than this one. But of course, some of these tapes and some of these games, especially in this great condition, are really hard to find as time marches on, are getting rare, and so I think it's worth preserving the original box and the original package for each and every one of those. And of course, if you do have something in your closet, something that you would like to donate to this channel, feel free to contact me, and I'll be more than happy to present it and to save it and keep it, restore it if it is hardware, or review it if it is software, whatever. I would be more than happy and excited as always to get donations and stuff from you guys. I have seen some games reviews in other channels, and some guys are going over the gameplay review over some emulator in cases like I've seen reviews over emulators. Well guys, it's not the same, and I would really like to say something here. For the forthcoming videos and games reviews, I'm going to be using the original media. It's going to be either tapes with classic retro tape recorders, or floppy drives for the Amstrad 6128 or the PCs or whatever, or the Commodore 64. But emulator, I don't know. For me, it's not the same. It's because of the PC speed. It's a modern PC with different speed. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of using the emulator. Anyways, so closing this session today, we have a new playlist coming soon for the MSX computers, and we have a new playlist for domestic appliances. This is something I would like to hear from you. Comment section, you know the drill. And we should have more game reviews, not the whole thing, the gameplay, because I really suck big time in playing games, but at least some worth mentioning classic games reviews, like the Atari games, like the some classic games from manufacturers, software houses that are not unfortunately around anymore. So I'll catch you soon with another video. Thanks for keeping me company today, opening this box, and I hope you like the all these retro things, the retro stuff. And if you do, please leave your comments, do subscribe, and as I said, I'm gonna see you soon, so bye for now.